I want to visit Uganda and other countries as a guest. And I want to receive Ugandans in my beautiful country, Somalia. This is my dream.
Hindio's desire is shared by almost 1.2 million refugees currently living in the 12 refugee settlements around the country. Close to 900,000 of the refugees in Uganda fled violence in South Sudan. A number of them ran away in 2013 when a political conflict broke out in the world's youngest nation. World leaders converged in Kampala to lay strategies on handling the crisis. They seek to raise 7 trillion shillings needed to cater for the refugees. The meeting was graced by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Zambian President Edgar Lungu, his counterpart from Gabon, Ali Bongo, among other dignitaries. President Yoweri Museveni highlighted the burden that Uganda has had to shoulder in taking care of the refugees.
If the international community assists us to cope with these challenges, we shall manage as we have always done in the past.
Museveni also asked the UN to do more in resolving what he described as a man-made crisis in DR Congo and South Sudan that have led to the influx of refugees into Uganda.
Hence, the Great Lakes and the United Nations are supposed to handle the endless man-made crisis in the Congo, including the occupation of Eastern Congo by terrorists from Uganda, other East African countries, Congo itself, and I hear now even from Somalia and from the Middle East.
The president also had a message for the Burundian government, which has over 45,000 of its nationals seeking refuge in Uganda.
The East African community is handling the problem of Burundi. I appeal to the government of Burundi to make our work easier than it has been up to now.
The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres commended Uganda for its open-door refugee policy that has enabled people fleeing conflict to start a new life.
And so my appeal in this session is for all those present here to step up to our common responsibility to support refugees and our common responsibility to recognize the enormous effort that Uganda is making, the enormous sacrifices the Uganda people are making, and to support this country in this very, very challenging moment.
It's evident at the end of this conference that Uganda is still committed to hosting thousands of refugees that come into the country every day. But according to the president, these communities that are hosting refugees should be rewarded urgently in terms of infrastructure development. Habad Ziwa, NTV, Munyonyo.